I just had an amazing day metal detecting and wanted to take a couple minutes to reflect here. Obviously, it's getting dark here, and so the day started with actually a couple weeks ago. I had done a presentation for our local civic association here in Boiling Springs, and a little tip that I would highly recommend is that if you can get out and talk to people in your community. It might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but giving a speech, talking about your finds, talking about the hobby, and talking about the history of the area, people will love it. And will give you an opportunity to meet people and get some permissions. And that's exactly what happened. So I had a blast talking about my finds at this Civic Association meeting, and I met a couple great people. And even people, one person in particular came up and said, "Hey, I have an old historic home. Why don't you come and metal detect here?" So that's what I did today. I met this nice woman and got to detect in her yard. I also got to tour her house, so I will show you some of the footage of this beautiful home that she has. And I also got to detect in the neighbor's yard. Now, the neighbor I knew for a number of years, and just being there was pretty natural to go and just start detecting in his yard. And I was very pleasantly surprised, because when I got over and started detecting in his yard, I found what is probably, let's say, my top second find ever. This thing is just absolutely amazing. It is sterling silver, and it has an incredible tie to the history of Boiling Springs. So hopefully you'll watch through to the end of this video where I pull this amazing find out of the ground, and hope you enjoy what I did today. Thanks. I'm grateful to get to metal detect in such an historic area, and especially when I get to detect in the town I live in, Boiling Springs, PA. I recently gave a speech at the local civic association about this wonderful hobby and finds and stories I've collected over the years. Afterward, I invited people up to get a closer look at the items I brought and ask questions. One woman invited me to detect at her property. Upon arriving there, I was given a tour. The stone foundation wasn't visible from the outside, but upon entering the house, there was the foundation leading down to a basement. Here you can see the stone as it was arranged in the late 1800s, and we even see the bedrock that was easier to incorporate than remove. I'm in awe of the woodwork in these older homes. You just don't see this type of details put into new homes, and if you do, it is factory processed rather than handcrafted on site. She showed me a shoe she had found in her attic, most likely left there as a way to ward off evil spirits or witches. It was believed that since the shoe takes on the shape of the wearer, that this could be used to fight off evil. She proceeded to show me all the deeds going back to the original owner, which was Daniel Kaufman. Daniel helped slaves escape and provided food and shelter as part of the Underground Railroad. Being an owner of a large amount of land, he laid out the village of Boiling Springs and sold lots from 1846 to his death in 1902. This deed has a signature. Is it possible I'll find a piece of history from Daniel or his family? Well, I've been detecting for maybe like 10 minutes. I just got a nice tour of the house. Oh, we have somebody mowing a lawn in the distance there, but I did pull this compact earlier. I believe it to be a compact. And this item here, I don't know. I don't know if it's the end of a cane. No idea what that is. I'll have to clean it up a little bit better. And I just pulled a quarter from 1980, but I think there's a second coin right by, maybe in a small coin spill, but maybe a dime or a penny. We'll see. Now this is interesting. I thought I was on a coin spill, but the second signal is a rifle casing. It's interesting to find a rifle casing here, but All right, these are always fun to find. A nice little car. The current owner told me she moved in here, I believe, 22 years ago. So there's a chance this is a child. I don't know if there's grandchildren, but probably yeah, probably something, oh, maybe even from the prior owner, actually, now that I think about it. This car might go back to the 80s. Yeah, cool find. And here we just found a second matchbox. No more than maybe like 2 feet away from the last one I just found. And maybe there's more here. A good old common find when you're metal detecting. Can fool you into thinking you found a ring sometimes, but yeah, you pull out the old pull tab. All right, I just dug a hole. I was really hoping I would find at least one button today. I'm gonna go into the next yard in a little bit here, but super excited to find this one button. It's a rather small button there. You can see the 2 holes in it. But yeah, I was really hoping to find something old like this. And of course we were going to find some nails. This is a not quite old nail, but I've jumped from some of the better signals. Now I'm starting to pick up some of the we were digging for some of the iffy signals, and I'm going to start finding more and more of these, but hopefully that will bring us something good. I moved over to the next yard, and we think there was a barn here at one point, so super interested in what we might find here. But I just dug what looks like maybe a fairly old lid, and you can see some of the writing starting to come through there. I'm not sure what that is yet. Let's see if I can clean it up a little more on my pants here. Yeah, let me get a toothbrush out and see if we can clean it up a little better. Be right back. All right, sorry there's a little bit of background noise going on. One of the first spring-like days here in Pennsylvania where people are out doing some yard work. And I'm at a house I've been detecting, this house over here. And I came over into the neighbor's yard. This gentleman I've known for many years, great guy, works at the Historical Society. And we think there was a barn in this area, and I've just found something that doesn't prove there was a barn here, but something that's pretty cool. So let me go and show you what I just found here. So this is an absolutely beautiful spoon. I mean, we could see that it's broken off up here. Now, I have to believe, I don't see any markings on this just yet. I'll have to get my magnifying glass out. Maybe there's some markings there. I do believe that this is going to be a silver spoon. When they're silver plated, the silver is flaking off, and I don't quite see that on this. And this just has the beautiful color of silver when it comes out of the ground. Some really intricate design work there. So yeah, I am super excited about this spoon, and I hope the owner here is excited about this as well. Yes. So we got Matt looking up who this possibly could be. I absolutely love when you get these little mysteries and you dig in and try to solve them, but this is amazing. I do hope it's a Kaufman, right? It would make sense, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. As of making this video, we are still unsure whose initials are on this spoon. We are optimistic that is someone in the Kaufman family. Daniel had a sister, Elizabeth. However, based on the maker's mark, the spoon would have been made late, if not after, her life, and she married and had a different last name. We are digging into this information at the Historical Society, and hopefully we'll know more about this soon. I am about maybe 15 feet or so from where I found the sterling silver spoon, and I've just pulled this out of the ground. Based on the condition of the pendant there, I do believe that's going to be sterling. I don't see, there's some kind of marking on the back, but I can't make it out. I don't believe it says sterling, but I do believe that's going to be sterling based on the shape that's in. The chain there obviously is not, but yeah, thinking a little silver religious pendant. Pretty awesome find. All right, I cleaned it up a little bit more and got my magnifying glass out. I am 95% certain that there is a word sterling underneath there. Very, very hard to make out though. I don't think the original stamp took that hard, but yeah, nice little silver find to complement the initialed silver spoon I just found. So this yard seems to be pulling out some silver. Hopefully I will be lucky enough to pull out a silver coin here. I have not found one yet on the day. All right, I just pulled, I was thinking it was going to be a dime, but now that I'm looking at it a little closer and get this cleaned off, I think what we got here is a button. Yeah, that's that there is a nice little metal button, and this is right where the property owner here thinks that the original property was. But let me get this cleaned up and see just how old this is. It looks like there might be either a writing or a design on there. Let me get that cleaned up. All right, I got it cleaned up a little bit more. There's a little rusting over here, so I can't fully read it, but it looks like it's maybe PB Co. And I can't make this full word out down here, but it looks like December 9th, 1924, which I think is a little odd that there's an exact date on there. But yeah, I'll see if I can get it cleaned up a little bit more, maybe get that full the full words off there and see what this button was to. But obviously this is to the looks like the 1920s. So pretty cool find.